fear is lazy, and work is a hustler. I just decided I wanted to be a legitimate hustler.
And it was key when you asked the banker, how did he get rich legally? And yeah. I have a problem with attending school or supposedly being educated for 14, 16, 18 years and having to come out of school and beg someone to hire me.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah. Well, and worse, we're going to school for oftentimes going to $100,000 of student loan debt to get a degree that won't give you a job. We're getting a degree in history, in social sciences, social study. I mean, this is great stuff, but now what kind of job does that give you? I mean, the point of going to school, beyond getting an education, is to lead to a job. So, but this is part of us not getting the memo. Again, this book that I've got coming out, focusing on all the stuff nobody ever told you about how success and power works in this world. I want to unpack it and demystify it. Is you can go get a plumbing. You can go get a plumbing certificate in a year. You can go get an electrician's certificate in a year. There's all these trades that'll pay you high five, in some cases low six figures, with $5,000 worth of educational debt, and you got a career and a trade for life. But you got these folks going to $250,000 of student loan debt, and coming out and can't get a job because they've gotten a degree in who in the heck knows what, really nice thing, but it's not tangible. We didn't get the memo on money. Is my point. It's money, free enterprise. I didn't. This word entrepreneurship that you just mentioned, I never even heard that word in my neighborhood before this banker mentioned it. I was like, what? It's a French word, and it means to create something from nothing. But nobody in my neighborhood told me that word.
And when we saw people in our community who didn't look like us owning the business that we would always go and buy from, we felt like, I guess, hey, that's just what we're supposed to do, rather than recognizing that we were created by a creator.
That's right.
In the creator's image. So why aren't we creating?
Well, no, or worse, we assume that it's a conspiracy stood up against us. Or worse, we consider that if a white man's in your neighborhood or a Korean man's in your neighborhood, and if you can't get ahead and they're getting ahead, they must be crooks. It must be racism. Versus, by the way, does racism exist? Of course it does. Do crooks exist? Of course they do. Is somebody rooting for your failure and they don't look like you? Probably. But you don't have to help them. Okay? And in many cases, it's not that somebody is scheming against you because they don't really have enough time in their life to be trying to make themselves successful and scheming against you. They're just focusing on their own success, and they got the memo on money and they got their credit score up. So nothing changes your life more than God or love and communities you and I care about than moving your credit score 120 points.
Now you bring up something that's dear to my heart, and I talked with your assistant about this. When will we recognize that we do have a community, and when are we going to control the community that we have so that it can meet the needs of all of us who live there?
The minute that we acknowledge our mental illness. So I'm talking about black folks now, my people who I love, over and around it, through it. We have been survivors for generations yet untold, because we went through horrible stuff in this country to build a country for free. But here's the deal. After 250 years of slavery, 100 years of Jim Crow, ending in our lifetime, 1970, not 1870, I think that 70% of black Americans are clinically undiagnosed depressed. If I don't like me, I'm not going to like you. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, don't expect me to respect you. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you. And here's the big one. If I don't have a purpose in my life, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Whatever goes around comes around. So you combine depression with low self-esteem, with crappy role models, a crappy environment where I'm hanging around 9 broke people, so I'm destined to be the 10th. And I never got the memo on money, free enterprise, ownership opportunity. I never got the memo on financial literacy, which is the new civil rights issue. Then I'm just really a target for everybody who wants to separate me from my wallet. And everybody wants to get me angry and upset, which is what we do, what depressed people do when they find injustice. angry and we get upset and we become emotional. And any decision you make emotionally is going to be a bad decision. So now, to quote Malcolm X, we've been bamboozled, we've been tricked, we've been fooled, and we've been taken off of our game. And the minute that we get our lives right and reclaim our somebodyness and realize, as you said, that God don't make dirt, and that we are somebody and own ourselves and stop acting like victims and assume we are victors, and get the memo on free enterprise, make sure we get the memo on financial literacy, no one can stop us. Because now we've gone from surviving to thriving.
His name is John Hope Bryant. He's the chairman, founder, and CEO of Operation Hope. And that's just not a wish. It's not just a dream. We can turn hope into reality. And there are people out there, John, that will hear us, and they will be asking themselves, how do I start?
Go to Hope Inside. Yeah, go to Hope Inside in your neighborhood. I'm opening at least one a week. We're going to become the Starbucks of financial inclusion. We're going to raise credit scores to 700, because 700 credit score neighborhoods don't riot. And there have been a 700 credit score neighborhood that's rioted in America's history, right? They want to go shopping. Hey, go to operationhope.org. Services are free. Go and find a Hope Inside location for adults or a Hope Inside for kids location for children across this country, and go take your life back. Get your silver rights.
Oh, that's golden. That's golden. That's golden. My brother, we are going to, now, since you have salted up here in South Florida, I am going to ask you to not let this be the only time and never the last time that we can have conversations that will continue to encourage others to recognize that we were given riches at birth.
Amen.
And when we can understand that we can really find people who will guide us and help us to develop that into being able to provide for us so that we might be blessed and we can be a blessing to others in our community.
I'll come back whenever you say. I'm so glad that Joy Reid connected the two of us together. And I love what you're doing for people and giving them the dignity and the respect that they deserve. Yes, entertaining them. Yes, making them smile and laugh. Music is a tonic for the soul, but also giving them education for their brain. We need to stop obsessing about 40 acres and a mule of 150, 200 years ago. Start focusing on we need 40 books in a bank account today, and we need to go take our lives back, not from the fields to the factories in the 70s and the 80s, but really the streets to the suites in the 21st century. And that's my movement, front and center. And your people like you are the gateways and the communicators and the inspirers of such a movement. And literally, it cannot be done without people like you. So my wish for your viewers is between now and December, the hashtag that everybody's going around saying is the memo. Hashtag the memo. When the book comes out in September, did you get the memo? When you arguing with your husband or your wife, did you get the memo? When your son is focusing on the wrong things, you need to go get the memo. We need, there's nothing wrong with us. We're not dumb and we're not stupid. It's what we don't know that we don't know that's killing us. But we think we know. All we need is to get the memo.
And brother, we got the memo. And I got the writer of the memo. See, I was sharing something with my daughter this morning before I left. I said, we can go and you can hear the truth all day. You can sit in the pews. I said, but until you recognize who he is and be willing to take what he is and apply it to your life, to transform your life, that's what you're going to do for the rest of your life. You're going to keep going, getting the information, and doing nothing with it. I hope that they've heard something today that will force them to reach out for the memo. And again, tell people how they can reach you.
Go to operationhope.org for my institutional system to eradicate poverty and set your life free, move you from surviving to thriving. Find a location near you. We have locations in Florida, so we're right there with you in Florida. Go to johnhopebryant.com and sign up in the newsletter to follow my blog. But folks on Facebook, the easiest thing, I've got 28 million viewers in the last year in this John Hope Bryant Live Straight Talk series on Facebook, and I'm going to include you there by the way. Have them sign up there, just like the page, and see me back on your radio program.
I appreciate you, my brother. Hey, thank you again so much. You have all my information there.
Oh, I love you.
Good to be in touch with you, and I hope that you will stay in touch with me. And I always close by telling everybody, thank you for the love. I love you more, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, amen to that, brother. I love it. And I'm writing you a personal note right now.
Hey man, I appreciate you so much, and I'm gonna tell Joy how excited I was. I had guests waiting on me downstairs, people that I love as much as I love you, but I couldn't let you go. Like I'm telling you, like who was it? Jacob. Jacob told the Christophany, I'm not gonna let you go until you bless me.
Amen.
Why are you limping, Jacob? And he said, don't call me Jacob. My name is Israel. And I'm limping because when I told him I wasn't going to let him go, he took his hand and stuck it into my hip, and I walk with a limp. But now I know who he is.
Woo! I love that. Preach!
Oh, my brother. Look forward to the next time, and that's going to be real soon, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, brother.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.